For U.S. reaction, let's bring in the CBC's Aaron Collins in Washington. Aaron, there are reports President Donald Trump gave Israel the green light for the Doha strike. What are we hearing from the White House?
Well, we're still waiting for more details from the White House. We actually just heard that the White House press briefing, which was supposed to be just moments away, or actually about 20 minutes ago, is going to be delayed to the bottom of the clock, so till 1:30. We should get a better idea then of the administration's take on this from Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt when that does eventually happen. What we do know, as you mentioned, the White House says it was given a heads up before Israel launched this strike. So this attack did, it appears, have Washington's blessing. But Israel, as your previous guests have made very clear, Israel has made it clear that they acted alone here, right? They're taking full responsibility for this attack, although Washington does say it was given the heads up. So there's that, but diplomatically, regardless of whether or not Israel's sort of taking this on themselves, this could be a big challenge for the U.S. This airstrike was quickly condemned by Qatar. Leaders there saying it was, a clear violation of international rules and norms. And of course, as your previous guests mentioned, Qatar is a big U.S. ally. It hosts the largest American military base in the region, and obviously, as we've been hearing throughout the day, this is a big blow to any ceasefire talks that were underway, not just because some of the participants may or may not have survived the attack, but the Qataris have been seen as one of the key mediators in these talks. So, if they're put off by both the Israelis and the Americans, which we don't know for sure, but it's certainly a possibility given their response to them, that would clearly be, a thorn in the side of these talks. And of course, peace in this region, a priority for Donald Trump. So we'll be waiting to hear what the administration has to say about that. The president has been showing some serious signs of impatience, right, with the slow progress in getting a deal done here, saying, in recent days that, the last kind of offer is on the table, and, this will be sort of a last chance for Hamas to make a deal.
So what kind of early reaction in the U.S. are you seeing right now?
Yeah, I mean, it is still coming in dribs and drabs. You would think that a lot of folks, us included, of course, are waiting to hear some official words from the White House, which, again, is going to happen at the bottom of the clock. What we do know is that the U.S. Embassy in Qatar had asked American citizens in that country to shelter in place in the immediate aftermath of this airstrike. That order has since been lifted, but we're also hearing reports on social media from senators like Republican Lindsey Graham that they've spoken directly to President Benjamin Netanyahu. So obviously this attack's having big diplomatic and security impacts throughout the region and at home. We've also heard, for example, that New York is ramping up security in that city. Officials there saying that there's no specific threat, but they are sending additional resources to major religious, cultural, and diplomatic sites there.
Aaron, thank you. The CBC's Aaron Collins live in Washington.
Between this revision and last year's, job growth was actually overstated by approximately 2 million jobs. And the Biden administration stood up here and vouched for that data and told you that data was real.
You've been listening to White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. We're following the breaking news out of the Middle East. The Karoline Leavitt, the press secretary, says that Trump feels badly about the location of the attack in Doha, that the White House says this did not advance Israel or U.S. goals, and that the White House assured Qatar that such a thing will not happen again on their soil. The CBC's Aaron Collins was listening in. He joins us from Washington. So, Aaron, some interesting little tidbits there in terms of what the White House is saying about all of this.
Yeah, definitely, Andrew. A lot to unpack there as we listen to Karoline Leavitt weigh in on behalf of the White House for the first time directly since this attack on Doha. The big thing that stands out to me is the difference in where the White House learned about this attack. We had been hearing throughout the day that it was Israel that informed the White House that this attack was coming. We're hearing today from Karoline Leavitt that it was actually the Pentagon that told the White House, who then passed that information onto officials in Doha. You mentioned there the White House not happy, the president not happy with this attack, suggesting that it wouldn't happen again in this area. And of course, this is going to have big impacts on relations in the region. Israel has made it clear that it acted alone here, and is taking full responsibility for this attack. But diplomatically, this is a challenge for the U.S. This airstrike was condemned by Qatar leaders there, saying it was a clear violation of international rules and norms. And of course, as we've been hearing all day, anyone who understands sort of the geopolitics of the region knows how important Qatar is to the United States, hosting the largest American military base in that part of the world. So this is obviously, a big blow to relations between all the countries involved, and of course to any ceasefire talks that were underway. Although we did hear from the president that he sees this attack as perhaps an opportunity to push that forward. The Qataris, of course, have been, one of the key mediators in these ceasefire talks, and parties had been sort of, looking over recent deal proposals while in the area. So, obviously peace in the region, a priority for Donald Trump, and the president has been, sort of showing some impatience with the slow progress in getting a deal done there. And you heard that from Caroline Levitt as well.
Aaron, thank you. That is the CBC's Aaron Collins live in Washington.